Hadley Institute for the Blind and Visually Impaired presents iFocus, tips on using the vision accessibility features on the Mac. In today's installment, we'll look at exploring the Finder window. Hello, my name is Douglas Walker. Today, we will be exploring our Finder window. Now, if we're not yet familiar with our Finder window, well, our Finder window serves as our file explorer, and our Finder window allows us to search through and manipulate all of the files and folders that are stored on our Mac. Our Finder window also gives us the ability to move through our entire operating system, which is pretty great. I tell you, the ability to manage our Finder window really is the key for getting the most out of our Mac. So how about we jump right in? All right, our Finder is actually part of our Mac's operating system, and that means that it's always open and running in the background. Now, to open or activate a new Finder window, we will want our VoiceOver Focus to be on our desktop because our Mac's desktop is actually part of our Finder as well. So how about we make sure that our focus is on our desktop? Okay, our command for moving to our desktop is our VO keys plus our Shift key plus our letter D. So let's do it. We'll just hold down our VO keys and our Shift key, and we'll do that. Great. And now we'll just tap our letter D, and we'll just tap.
Desktop, empty group.
Okay, here we are on our desktop. Now, we aren't going to be navigating our desktop today, but we just so happen to have an iFocus video called Navigating the Desktop. So you might want to check out that iFocus video as well. All right, now that we know for sure that our VoiceOver Focus is on our desktop, how about we open our new Finder window? Okay, our keyboard command for beginning a new Finder window is our Command key plus our letter N. So let's go ahead and we'll open a new Finder window. We'll just hold down our Command key, and all right, we will just tap our letter N for our new Finder window, and we'll just tap.
New Finder window. Now in Documents window, List View, Table, no selection. You are currently on a table inside of a scroll area. To enter this table, press Ctrl Option Shift down arrow. To stop interacting with this scroll area, press Ctrl Option Shift up arrow.
Great. Our new Finder window has opened, and we've been placed right in a list of all of our files and folders that are in our Documents item. Now, our Finder window actually has three main areas. The first of these areas is our toolbar, and our toolbar is located across the top edge of our Finder window. Now, our toolbar gives us the ability to organize our files and folders. It also helps us to control the appearance of our Finder window. Our other two Finder windows is actually where we'll spend all of our time today, and these two areas simply consist of two columns or lists. Our left column is called our sidebar, and our right column here is our scroll area. Now, our sidebar contains a list of our Mac's main areas or items, like our documents, which just so happens to be what we currently have open. We'll also find items here like our iCloud, our desktop item, and even items like our applications, AirDrop, and our downloads. So we need to know that if we open or activate any of our sidebar items here in our left column, then our right column will display a list of files and folders for our selected sidebar item. For instance, we mentioned earlier that our documents is currently selected here in our sidebar, so we know for sure that all of our documents, files, and folders are currently listed here in our right column, or Again, what Apple calls our scroll area. So that's pretty great. Okay, when our new Finder window first opened, we heard VoiceOver announce a couple of things. Actually, we heard VoiceOver announce a lot of things. However, we're only going to focus on a couple of those things today. We were told that we have been placed in our Documents window. We were also told that we are in a list view. And we've already mentioned that our list here is referred to as our scroll area. Now, we were also given some VoiceOver hints or directions for how we can interact with our scroll area. Now, before we actually begin moving through our files and folders here, we really need to discuss a very important setting. And this setting is going to make it much easier to navigate our scroll area. All right, when our Finder window first opens, we need to listen very carefully and make sure that we hear VoiceOver announce that we are in a list view. Because when we hear list view announce, we know for sure that all of the items in our scroll area are presented to us in just one single list, which is going to make our scroll area much more accessible for VoiceOver and also a lot easier to navigate. Now, if we hear VoiceOver announce that we are in icon view or that we are in column view or even cover flow view, well, we don't need to panic because we have a really easy keyboard command that's going to place us right into our list view that we want. And our list view keyboard command is simply our command key plus our number 2. Now, we already know that we are in a list view, so we don't need to use our list view command right now. But like we said, it is super important that we make sure that we're in our list view. Okay, we've mentioned a couple of times that our Documents item is currently selected in our sidebar. So let's take a look at how to switch between or select a different sidebar item. Now, earlier we heard VoiceOver give us some really great hints for how to move through our Finder window. However, we've been given a much faster way to quickly move between our sidebar items, and we can do this by using our sidebar shortcut commands. Now, our Documents is currently selected, of course, here in our sidebar. However, if it weren't selected, our command for quickly moving to our Documents is our Command key plus our Shift key plus the letter O. And activating our Documents item command would quickly move us to our Documents item. However, let's say that we would like to move to our sidebar's application menu item here. Well, that is super easy as well because our application items keyboard command is our Command key plus our Shift key plus the letter A. So how about we give it a try? We will just hold down our Command key and our Shift key, and we'll do that. Okay, and now we will just tap our letter A, and we'll just tap.
Applications, List View, Table, no selection. You are currently on a table inside of a scroll area. To enter this table, press Ctrl, Option, Shift, down arrow. To stop interacting with this scroll area, press Ctrl, Option, Shift, up arrow.
All right, here we are. We heard VoiceOver announce applications, so we know for sure that our applications item has been selected here in our sidebar, and then we were told, of course, that our focus is on a list in our scroll view, and this list is simply a list of all of our applications that are currently installed on our Macs, such as our Safari app, and Mail, Calendars, and even our Messages in iTunes apps. So that's pretty great. Now, we aren't going to have time in today's video to totally explore all of our sidebar items here. However, it's really good to know that we can find all of our keyboard commands are shortcuts for navigating to each of our sidebar items within our Go menu item, which is in our menu bar. And, of course, our menu bar is located across the top edge of our screen. Now, we aren't going to be exploring our menu bar today, but we just so happen to have an iFocus video called Accessing the Menu Bar, and it does a pretty good job of explaining exactly how our menu bar works. So you might want to check out that video as well. All right, how about we move back to our Sidebars Documents item and check out how to navigate through all of our Documents files and folders. Remember, our Documents items keyboard shortcut is our Command key plus our Shift key plus our letter O. So let's do it. We will just press and hold down our Command and Shift keys, and we'll just press those now. Great. And we'll just tap our letter O. We'll just tap.
Documents, list view, table, no selection. You are currently on a table in.
Okay, and we just tap. It's good to know that we can just tap our Control key to mute our voiceover hints at any time, because those hints are going to be repeated over and over for us. We just tapped our Control key there. Okay, again, we heard that our document item is open, and we've been placed right back in a list of all of our documents, files, and folders. This is exactly where we want to be. All right, so how about we begin moving through our documents, files, and folders here. Now, VoiceOver told us that we currently have no items selected, and we also heard VoiceOver give us, of course, those hints again of how we can enter our table here. However, we don't necessarily have to enter our table if we simply just want to navigate through our files and folders. Now, we only have 2 items here in our list of documents items. We have 1 folder and we have 1 Pages document. And to move through our files here is super simple, I tell you. We'll just use our up and down arrow keys. So let's give it a try. We'll just tap our down arrow once, and we'll find the first item in our list here, and we'll just tap.
iFocus demonstration folder.
All right, and here's the first item in our list, and this is our iFocus demonstration folder. Now, our iFocus demonstration folder, of course, is currently collapsed or closed, and we'll check out how to open it in just a bit. However, let's just move to the other item in our list here. And you guessed it, we'll just once again just tap our down arrow, and we'll just tap.
Navigating our Finder window, rough draft. Pages publication.
All right. And here we find our Exploring the Finder window rough draft. All right. So, hey, maybe we need to finish this one. Well, maybe later. Anyway, we noticed that this is a Pages document. And, of course, Pages is our Mac's word processing software. And we have a really easy command for opening any of the files or folders in our list here. So to open our Pages document, we would simply just use our open command. And our open command is our Command key plus our down arrow. So how about we give it a try? We'll open our Pages document from our list here, and we'll just hold down our Command key, and we'll just hold it down. All right, and we'll just tap our down arrow key, and we'll open our rough draft here, and we'll just tap.
Open selection. Pages. Navigating our Finder window, rough draft. Pages window. Body. Edit text insertion at beginning of text.
We just tapped our Control key to mute our voiceover there because it's going to try to read this whole page. All right, great. Our Pages document is now open. Okay, we heard VoiceOver first announce open selection Pages, and we were told, of course, that we're ready to begin editing. Now, we don't want to do that because today is all about navigating our Finder window. So we will quickly just quit our Pages application here. And our command for quitting any application is our command key plus the letter Q. We'll just hold down our command key here, and we'll just hold it down. Okay, and we'll just tap our letter Q, and we'll just tap.
Finder, Documents window, List View table. Navigating our Finder window, rough draft. Pages publication. Selected. You are currently on a table.
We'll just tap our control key there to mute it. Okay, this is great. Our Pages app has closed, and we heard VoiceOver announce that we have been placed right back in our Finder window. And of course, we're right back on our Navigating the Finder window rough draft file again. Okay, how about we check out one more thing in today's video? Let's take a look at how to open and close a folder here in our list. So we'll just use our up arrow to move back to our iFocus demonstration folder. And we'll just tap our up arrow here, and we'll tap
iFocus demonstration folder.
Okay, and here's our iFocus demonstration folder. Now, we mentioned earlier that we use the same open command for opening any of the items here in our list. And of course, our open command is our command key plus our down arrow. So we'll just open our folder here, and we'll just hold down our command key, and we'll hold it down here. Great. And we'll just tap our down arrow, and we'll just tap.
Open selection, list view, table, no selection. You are currently on a table inside.
And we've pressed our control key to mute VoiceOver again there. Great. Our iFocus folder has opened. And all of our iFocus folder files are all listed right here for us. Again, we could simply just use our up and down arrow keys, and we would begin moving through our files here. And so that's pretty great. All right, let's say that we want to collapse or close our iFocus demonstration folder here. Well, you've probably already guessed that our close folder command is our command key plus our up arrow. So we'll just close our iFocus demonstration folder here, and we'll just hold down our command key, and we'll hold it down. Great. And we'll just tap our up arrow, and we'll just tap.
And closing folder, list view, table, iFocus demonstration folder, selected. You are currently.
Just tap our control key there and mute VoiceOver. All right, our iFocus folder has closed for us, and we've been placed right back in our original documents list here. Okay, that pretty much covers the basics of how to navigate our Finder windows. So how about we finish up today by closing our Finder window here. Remember, our Finder is actually part of our operating system, and it's always running in the background, so we can't completely close or quit our Finder. However, we can close our Finder window, and our command for closing a window for, well, any application is our command key plus our letter W. So how about we do it? We will hold down our command key, and we'll hold that down. Okay, and we'll just tap our letter W, and we'll just tap.
Close window, desktop, empty, group. You are currently in a group. To exit this group, press Control, Option, Shift, up arrow.
Great, our Finder window has closed, and we have been placed right back on our Mac's desktop. You know, with just a few simple commands, it really is amazing at just how quickly we can begin navigating through our Finder window. Now, if you would like to get even more out of your Finder window, well, you might want to check out our Managing Finder Files and Folders iFocus video, because like we mentioned earlier, the ability to manage our Finder window really is the key for getting the most out of our Mac. Again, my name is Douglas Walker. Take care, and I'll see you next time. For more from the iFocus series, including many other topics of interest to individuals with vision loss, visit the Videos at Hadley page on the Hadley Institute for the Blind and Visually Impaired website at www.hadley.edu.